Good morning, students. Continuing our chapter number 2, Human System. In this, today we will study our human respiratory system. Human respiratory system is responsible for the respiration in our body. Respiration is the process of oxidation of the food, and to get the energy is known as respiration. The respiration can be two types, aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Those respiration which takes place in presence of oxygen known as aerobic respiration, whereas those respiration which takes place in absence of oxygen known as anaerobic respiration. For example, the respiration in cases of bacteria in the formation of alcohol, that is an anaerobic respiration. Now breathing. Breathing is the process of intake of the oxygen from the atmosphere and gives out carbon dioxide is known as breathing. The breathing can be take place in two steps, inhalation and exhalation. Now, human respiratory system. In human respiratory system, the human respiratory system. In this human respiratory system, the first organ is our nose, then mouth, the windpipe known as trachea. There are salivary glands present. It is our pharynx region. Next, larynx again get converted into break down into two parts known as bronchi, and when bronchi enters into the lungs, it gets converted into break down into bronchioles. In respiratory system, there are nose, mouth, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and diaphragm. Yes. Now, the nose and mouth are the openings through which we intake the air from outside inside our body. Nose and mouth, with the help of the nostrils, we take inside the air. In our nose there are hairs are present and the mucus layer is present inside our nose, which prevents any of the bacteria get inside our body. This hair will trap the waste or dust and does not allow them to get inside our body. Now, there is a funnel-shaped cavity present at the neck region. Now, after the oral cavity, known as pharynx. It is a funnel-shaped cavity present, which opens in trachea. That is called pharynx. Pharynx again can be divided into three parts: oropharynx, nasopharynx, laryngopharynx. So, what is oropharynx? The part of the pharynx which opens or which connects with the oral cavity or in our mouth, that is known as oropharynx. The part of the pharynx which opens or connected to our nostrils or nose known as naropharynx. Next, the part of the pharynx which is connected to our larynx or the trachea region is known as laryngopharynx. There is a epiglottis. It is a cartilaginous structure which present on the this pharynx and on the region of the larynx and prevents the food particles enters into the windpipe, that is our trachea. Trachea is the windpipe. It is covered by the cartilaginous C-shaped rings so that it cannot be get collapsed, so it will not stop the flowing of the air inside our body. Now the trachea goes down into our thoracic cavity or in the chest region. Here it get break down into two branches known as bronchi. When the bronchi enters into the lungs are the muscular structures which act as a
air bag.
Can store air inside it like a balloon. Now it is a special delicate organs. It stores air inside our body. Now the bronchi enters into the lungs. The bronchi when enters into the lungs break down into many branches, and these branches are known as bronchioles. Each bronchioles are ends with a sac-like structure known as alveoli. Here the actual exchange of the gases takes place in alveoli, and there is a diaphragm region. It is a muscular region present at the below of the lungs. As the diaphragm goes downward, due to the going of the downward, surface area of the thoracic cavity increases, and so the pressure of air in the lungs will decreases as compared the pressure of air inside the lungs as compared to the outside is lower, so air from the outside get inside our body. That process is known as inhalation. Now when diaphragm goes inward, the surface area of the chest cavity decreases, and due to that the pressure of air inside the lungs increases. As the pressure of the air inside the lungs increases as compared to the outside, so the air from inside goes outside. That process is known as exhalation. So there are two types of processes are there. Inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation is intake of air, and exhalation is taking out air. I hope you are able to understand. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay home and stay safe.